For years, there's been a call to allow NCAA student athletes to earn money based on their name, image, and likeness. That call took a major step in September of 2019 when California passed the Fair Pay to Play Act.
That's right, AB. The act made California the first state in the country to create a legal right for college athletes to be compensated for the commercial use of their identities.
The Fair Pay to Play Act is one of the first steps allowing athletes the financial rights to their name, image, and likeness while in school.
As you can imagine, there are several opinions about this decision. Here's what some former college athletes have to say about the act.
Mark Edwards, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish fullback from 93 to 96 under Lou Holtz. Here to talk about the Pay to Play Act that's getting passed in some different states. I'm a fan of it, but a modified version. I don't think it should be the wild, wild west where these individual kids can go out and get their own individual endorsements outside of the team concept. What I think needs to happen is the NCAA and the individual colleges need to give these kids more benefits. They need to give these kids money for travel. These kids often come from across the country, different states. They need money to travel back and forth from home. Their parents need money to come see their kids play in these games that are across the country that are broadcast nationally. These kids need money for clothing. They're often required to wear suits or ties to travel. So I think it's a great idea. These kids need more benefits, but it doesn't need to be the wild, wild west. Mark Edwards with Fan Media.
Ricky Price here, Fan Media Network. Super excited. College basketball is right around the corner. Duke basketball is right around the corner. Today, ACC Media Day in Greensboro. Coach K says that he supports the Fair Play Act. You know, the act that was passed in California allowing college athletes to be paid. They have a lot of work to do, the NCAA does, to try to figure out how they're going to wrap their fingers around that. I think it's long overdue. The NCAA has been making tons of money off of collegiate athletes, just giving us I say us because I'm a former athlete as well and played in the NCAA, giving us a free scholarship and a free education, which is very good, but just not enough. Billions and billions of dollars are being made each and every day, and it's time for the athlete to get a piece of that. Coach K, I thought, was eloquent in saying that, we got to figure out a way across the board to make that happen. We still got a couple years to do it, but him coming out and doing so, rings the alarm, and I think others will jump on and get on board. There's going to be a big change in NCAA. Stay tuned. Ricky Price, Fan Media Network. We'll talk to you soon.
Hello, I'm Mike Schumann, Fan Media Network. Last week, the state of California passed the Fair Play Act, allowing NCAA athletes to make money off their likeness. It's about time. Schools and the NCAA are making millions and billions of dollars off these athletes, and yet they're still on scholarship, getting a full ride of tuition, room and board, food, and books. But when I was at Florida State, for instance, we got $15 a month they called laundry money, and that was the only cash we had to walk around with. And these athletes are making these schools so much money, I think somehow, some way, they need to get paid. Problem is, how does the NCAA implement this? For instance, Jalen Hurts, quarterback at Oklahoma. He's going to sell a lot of jerseys, and as a result, a lot of money should come his way. But say the second-team offensive lineman who's not going to sell anything, how does he get paid? So they have to find a way to implement it and make it equal for everybody. I think athletes should get paid. I hate to see the amateur status of the NCAA be affected, but that's the direction we're going. I'm Mike Schumann, Fan Media Network.
Hi, Fan Media. This is your guy, LaVon Kirkland, former Clemson University All-American and Pittsburgh Steelers All-Pro. People are asking me, LaVon, what do you think about the Fair Pay Play Act? Governor Newsom in California just signed a law that says that players can benefit from their likeness and their name. So that means they can endorse video games, they can do autograph sessions, and I think it's a great thing. I mean, everybody else is benefiting from their likeness. Why can't the players benefit? I don't see anything wrong. I don't think there is a problem. And I really don't think it will be a problem in 2023. Now, I know the NCAA may be a little bit upset, but honestly, this is a good thing for players. And not only the star players can benefit, but I think also other players can too. Later.
College sports are a big business. The NCAA makes $1 billion a year, similar to professional sports leagues.
And they also sold licenses to companies like EA Sports, who profited on the names, image, and likeness of players for years with their college sports video games.
What's up, fan media? This is Corey Bennett on behalf of the Oklahoma Sooners, defensive tackle from 2004 to 2009. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the NCAA paying for players' likeness law that went into effect in California. I think that personally, as a former player whose likeness has been used for NCAA video games and merchandise and etc., this is a win for the players. Now, what I think is going to happen within the next 4 to 5 years, you're going to see a lot of other programs adopting that, because recruiting is going to change tremendously as other players and top blue chip players, 4 or 5 star players, are going to start going to the Pac-12 and teams in California, because they know that they'll be compensated either way, whether they make the pros or not. I think that the NCAA has some things that they have to work out, which we have seen with the new changes in the rules with the redshirting rule, but who knows what's going to happen with that. But we'll see what happens when the first payouts come out to the players and seeing how they're established and how the trusts go. But with that being said, it's Corey Bennett, sign off.
Jimmy King here, Fan Media. Let's get right to it. State bill, fair pay for play. California, kudos. Everyone that's involved in that legislation, to people who initially get that started. I want to talk about my experience in the NCAA, which March Madness is known to produce 90% of the profits of the NCAA, that at the same time won't allow, until now, student athletes to make money outside of the school for their images and likeness. This is something that's been long overdue. This is something that me and my Fab Five brothers were pushing from day one.
After California successfully passed the Fair Pay to Play Act, other states began to follow, introducing bills that would allow student athletes to profit from their name, image, and likeness.
The NCAA took notice, and in late October, the governing boards met and unanimously voted to permit students participating in athletics the opportunity to benefit from the use of their name, image, and likeness in a manner consistent with the collegiate model.
The board directed the 3 separate divisions of the NCAA to begin updating their rules in a way that maintains a distinction between college and professional sports.
Let's hear the reactions from former college football players Bill Burke and Jonathan Wells.
What's up, fan media? This is Bill Burke, former quarterback at Michigan State University. Well, today the NCAA's Board of Governors ruled that college athletes can now take advantage of their name, image, and likeness. This is certainly long overdue. It's been argued for decades now. I remember as a former player waking up the morning of the game in the team hotel and just waiting around in the lobby for the pregame meal to start. I'd wander into the gift shop and see my replica jersey there hanging in the shop for sale. I, of course, saw none of that profit. And even at that point, not really having the business knowledge that I do now, something about that just really felt wrong to me. So it's long overdue. I think this is certainly a huge step in the right direction. Kudos to the state of California for getting the ball rolling and lighting the fire under the NCAA. Certainly there will be issues to be worked out. I wouldn't be surprised to see the NCAA stall this as long as they can. However, this is a huge step forward, and it's going to be a bright future for tomorrow's college athletes. More to come from East Lansing. Go Green.
What's up, guys? Your boy Jonathan Wells here with Fan Media Network. Coming here to give you my opinion about the NCAA coming out and saying that they're going to finally allow the players to, get paid from their likeness. To me, I still got to see. I'm not buying it yet. I got to see exactly how they're going to do it. I just want to give shout out to LeBron James and the governor of California for actually putting the pressure on the NCAA, and as well as those other states that came in behind California. That's what really made the NCAA get up off of their ass, because other than that, they would have never made this move. Gene Smith was already, on TV saying that he wasn't going for it, and if the colleges didn't get in line and they wouldn't be a part of the NCAA, and then a month later, he had to change his tone. So, I get it. We'll see. I think the NCAA stepped back in front of the ball so they can still control the whole thing, to be honest with you. But hey, we're going to see. It's at least a step in the right direction. But I'm not overly happy yet. I got to see the stipulations and the rules that's going to come along with this now that the NCAA is going to take back over and take control.
The updates agreed upon by the NCAA are to begin immediately but start no later than January 2021.
For Fan Media Network, I'm Michelle Stradling.
And I'm A.B. Bogdan.